Okay, hello. Okay, आवाज आ रही होगी hopefully. Hello, Rolex. Hello, Aniket. Good evening. I'm happy Diwali to you too. I hope you're doing fine. I hope the you got free from all the cleaning and all that stuff. And I hope you're having a lovely day. I am a little bit sick, so my voice could be a little bit croaky. थोड़ी सी आवाज मतलब गला खराब है. I wanted to stream, but from past 2 weeks I've been working on different stuff. I didn't got much time and I procrastinate a lot. Actually, I have a video work on I'm working on a video about procrastination and it's on hang for like a month, a week maybe. I don't know. So yeah, it is a weird one, but yeah, it's all right, I guess. As for the chat of this one, for some reason it isn't working. Give me a second. Okay, so now it should be working. And for the Discord part, it should be acting up any moment now. Hopefully it is working. I don't know if it isn't. Okay, so the chat thingy, it is not working. So I'll redo it a bit. Yeah, like I'll put it over here. Okay, and I'll refresh it a bit so the latest messages can be seen as well. Properties, yeah, my bad, okay, okay, we can do this. Uh, what was I going to do? Yeah, I was going to refresh it. Properties, URL, refresh change of current page, and okay. Okay, yep, now it's working. Okay, so today is just simple live stream and all that stuff. Hi Kaito. Miko, I think you didn't change your name. Yeah, I am a little bit, I am sick a bit. But anyways, I'll turn off the fan, I think. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Well, I hope your what was it? I was gonna say I didn't change my name since I'm making my new. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna be there when you do yours for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna be there either in the chat group or with you as a guest. But yeah, I'm gonna be there. Anyways, congratulations that now you are back from hiatus, and we're all gonna promote it as much as possible. Eh. Yeah, this is the thing. Okay, so I am gonna work on that a bit, and I also need to start Valorant. I don't know how that works as well. Okay. Yeah, I would love be a guest. Yeah. Yeah, Kaito. Yeah, I think Aniket knows everyone in the community as all the friends. I think Aniket has been friends with everyone and supporting everyone heavily. Thanks for the support, Aniket, and your time. From everyone, at least. I can say that. And for some reason, Valorant has decided that it is not going to be starting anywhere. Oh, Aniket didn't know about the hiatus thingy. No, she okay. Aniket, Kaito is gonna be coming back with a bang this time, and everyone will be there. I hope you can be coming. I hope you will be coming to the party as well. Anyways, yeah, I was gonna stream Valorant, right? So for some reason it isn't starting. I don't know how. What's the thing? And I'm gonna be a freaking streamer. I don't even know how this stuff works. Okay, it is on, but I think somewhere in between it's not working. I need to keep that out. I'm gonna buying a new laptop, but it ain't gonna play heavy games. Yeah, well, most of the laptops can run Valorant. That's the good thing. Hello, Kurumi. Welcome to the stream. It's your first time having Kurumi with us. I hope you have a fun time. Sad to know that I am a little sick, so I'll apologize. My voice can be crooked time to time. Difficult to find the channel though? Yeah, it can be like that. Okay, it's on. I'll add the scene. Which one was it? Okay, not this one. Okay, this one works. Nope, no, it doesn't work. I'll add a new scene. Valorant gameplay. Yeah. Okay, so let me add the screen. I hope my voice is clear and stuff like that. I'm not gonna add a browser source. I'm gonna go media source, games capture. I'll add Valo. Okay. So it should be running it, but I don't know. Shipping, Valorant. Okay, so much stuff is open. Spotify is open. Microsoft is open. I need to cut that shit. Okay, open. Let me know if it activates. I don't know. Let me open chat on my second phone. Yeah, I don't even know which ID is this one. Play. What is the name? Okay, it's the it's the stupid one. Okay, so let me just quickly. I'll read the chat in a second. Let me just open the chat in the alternate phone so I can read it while I play and I don't get sidelined. Okay, yeah, black screen. Okay. Yep. Now it should be working and I'll add my character and all that stuff. Browser source, right? Yeah, I'm gonna explain everything to I think Azu was asking about Fujitech. No, OBS. Yeah, I'll explain. I'll hold. I think I'll be explaining that in my server only. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll have a session with everyone. I have no particular one idea. Okay. Aniket W, yeah, my channel is private right now. Gonna make a new cause I was on a break right start. Your PNG vanished. Now it's back. Yep. Actually, I changed the scene and I think my brother was checking the settings. He's a mischievous little one. So yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear the desktop noise. If not, I'll just add application audio. I'll add Valo and I'll okay, Valo audio. I'll just add the game voice only. Uh, okay, this one. Okay. Now you guys should be able to hear anything in the Valorant if it happens like this. It should be more clearer now. But I don't know how loud it is, so I'll just 11 dB, minus 11 dB. I also need to learn OBS. I forgot everything. Well, if like I did set up the stuff this Sunday, but I got sick. Maybe next Wednesday or Sunday, I'll explain it to everyone. Then I hold like a session in my server and everyone can join. I think I have followed you through Thorn, but your channel didn't show up in search. Yeah, he is he experiments a lot. He's like me. He love experimenting. Uh, and that's why he's all over the place sometimes. Okay, this is the one. I'll how do you do it this thingy now? I'll not this thingy, I need to do this. I'll properties, refresh change of current page. Did something happen? No. Aniket W, sad. Don't worry, I'ma tell you. Yep. He's gonna promote everything, dude. You will see everything soon enough. Soon enough. Everyone gonna see everything. uh, yep. How much size? I think it's 30 GBs, 30 to 60. I think it's all right. It doesn't take that much. Nowadays 500 GB laptop is normal. so yeah, it doesn't affect that much. So yeah, okay, now it should be all right. If the game is too much, let me know. How much? Surya, everything. Hmm? I didn't understand the last message, so let me know. What do you mean by that? Okay, I hope the voice is clear. Though I would like a little bit of background music. Yeah, Valorant is all right. In the start, I think this is one of the games like Counter-Strike where people could like add they could start. Hey Acrolex, I'm suffering with 512 SSG. Buy me. I would love to do it. I would love to buy you, but I don't have that kind of money now. But yeah, I would love to. If I could, I would even gift people stuff. Anyways, yeah, I wanna add background music. I like jazz. A little bit of jazz. I'll add jazz. I'll I think this should be alright. Okay. Sort of. Well, everyone soon will be playing better. Soon, like Thorn was able to get it, and now she isn't playing much, but she's gonna get better. Yep. So are you doing Twitch streams too? Well, I am trying to learn Meld Studio. I think with that, oh, sorry, my brain just goes blank time to time because of the med. Yeah, during the I got to know that Meld Studio is a free dual streaming platform. So yeah, you can just go into that, log in your Twitch, and you can do free streaming from there. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I mean, learning, but I'm not. Okay, I'm super bad. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the Meld Studio thingy. If once I figure out how it works and everything, I'll just start a session and start explaining everyone how to use it. Oh, well, Twitch is actually hard since there's 0 to 1% discovery of your content. To others, there is comparison to YT. Well, the thing about Twitch is it's the rich gets richer. If you know what I mean. In Twitch, if you have more viewers, you are tend to get more viewers normally as well, because in Twitch, the more viewers you have, the more higher you are on the discovery page. It's not like in YouTube you will be recommended according to the need. Instead, it's about the who's making more viewers and who's entertaining more. So I think I'm lagging a lot. Yeah, I kind of hate Valo cause it's more who spots who first, because TK is like negative millions. It's literally one shot. Yeah, it's at one point it's just if you miss you die. Yeah, if you miss you die at one point. But I'm still gonna do it since we can say and do anything. Sure. Yeah, it's actually the twist. The thing about Twitch is like it's still really good because all the reaction live streams, all the thing where you can normally get copyrighted can be saved in there. You can still make money out of it. You can like do a lot of things yourself. You can hear music there. You can, what was that? You can try a lot of stuff, new stuff, which on YouTube you must be authentic. You cannot take other people's stuff, right? On Twitch, it's more about no matter what you do, you must entertain people. So people would do crazy shit there. Yeah, I actually would like to do both as well. But another thing I got to know through Jocknix, I think I was watching one of his old streams. Like I was in those streams, and he told me that in chat, especially the Twitch chat, they are really strict if you want to be in the paid program where you will be earning more from them. What you need is like you cannot show other chats like YouTube chat in a Twitch stream. They are really strict about those kind of stuff. So you like more you earn from a platform, the more it will be like please stay with us and not go around. My reaction speed is a bit slow. They wouldn't let you go to other platforms. The more they be like, they want to keep you with them. But the thing is, right, in the streaming thingy, I'm still confused how many VTuber just got thousands of people in their literal first stream without even an. Those are hosting streams, dude. Mostly hosting because they already have worked on YouTube stuff, or they are mostly working with some YouTubers, so they get hosted. They like, you know, the thingy where I'm like, I'm gonna be a guest on your first stream, right? So that happens. Like if he could bring 3 YouTubers who has like 3,000 watching in their streams, right? If 500 comes, he would be per person that he would have 1.5k streams, 1.5k viewers on his first stream. So of course he gonna be like gonna do well. I prefer watching like people on Twitch with 2 to like 3 viewers. They are the best. I love supporting them emotionally. True, dude. I also watch a lot of those streams because like it's more personal than that way. You can like see and experience good stuff. The one-to-one conversations are really good on the smaller base, because from there you could actually start what's the word, joining the journey. There's someone behind me, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, come. I thought that was a headshot, but my bad. Someone shot me, but there's no one there. Wow. I only have one goal: just do anything when you stream. Just do anything when you stream. I mean, anything. Just enjoy. Dude. I don't know which anything you mean. Hopefully, it is safe for work. Anything. But yeah. Not much Indian audience on Twitch, I assume, though. Yeah, the Twitch audience is not for Indian people. Indian people don't watch that stuff. India's main platform is YouTube. That's because the normal base, like there's a lot of differential between the platform community, because people still don't know much about Twitch in India, and YouTube being the, like, a lot of people have phones, right? But they prefer to use YouTube more because, you know, the illiteracy rate and all that stuff. People just know how to use a phone, they will use YouTube. But because Twitch isn't present already in the phones, so they don't go on like outside of their way to specially watch certain streams. Well, there is already NSFU stuff. Okay. But yeah, Indian people won't go and the extra mile to enjoy the good content. They would just go like one way and just watch that. Actually, I'm not that much. Yep, like just notice all Indian VTubers have the same viewers, so new people rarely. Twitch is more culturally more Western. I wanna protect that. Yeah. To be honest. Yeah, I think it is also good for the community that Twitch is basically Western, because there is less the scams thingies. I don't want to say it, but yeah, Twitch is Western mostly. But you see, there is a subbing as well. In India, there is not much donation. What is called, there's not much donation support or their subscription support. Like, people don't know much about that stuff. For example, the Patreon thingy, the Ko-Fi thingy, people are learning now with the manuas and all that stuff being more prevalent, and people using that as like that is their base, keeping that as their base idea. With manuas, people are knowing that there is thing called Ko-Fi or Patreon where you can get authentic stuff. Then there's what's the thingy where animation people do post videos where they use YouTube. I don't know what it's called. I was watching a video of the Amazing he posts what's animation videos, you know, the cartoon animations. He posts that, and I was watching his stuff, and he was showing that he has a certain platform where he would earn more if you go watch from there, because there he can use copyrighted stuff. So that means more and more new kind of stuff can be generated, you know. Me waiting that one day one VTuber from India goes global. I wish, dude. I wish. But India's scene of pulling each other leg, I don't know how much time that gonna take. It's gonna be someone who doesn't give a shit about anything, and he's just gonna go crazy without fighting or without doing anything. So yeah, that kind of a person can go global. Indians are very opposed to spending money on non-material objects because of years freebies culture, and that's not good for Twitch economy. Yup. They don't even want to invest in that kind of culture, dude. I'm gonna get scanned first, and then I'm gonna go see. Give me a second. Give one mid, 3 mid. Oh, I missed 3 shots, dude. My bad. Oh, bye. My bad. India is different, no offense. Yeah, GTA 3 will release by the time India reach global VTuber market without many or. Don't make me that laugh, dude. Yeah, that's true. There's already controversies, dude. The people are not even they are not even above 10,000, and they are already having controversies. The thing is, the corporation stuff didn't work in India, dude. The Indian corpos wasn't able to bring people in for VTubing stuff. Literally no one. Much hard struggle. Like, no one used to watch anime when I used to. Dude, same story, dude. Okay, the guy was at the top. Yeah, I remember when I was in like 6th grade, I think I used to watch Satchwell at the time, I think. And half of the people don't even know what Satchwell is. They used to, people watched Dragon Ball Z and what Flame Kaiser, I don't know what it's called. It doesn't jump. Yeah, at that time people didn't know that those were animes. Those were named cartoons, right? But now people are knowing that those were animes, and now people have this quote unquote class that for some reason, if the animation is not like Demon Slayer, they are not gonna watch it. They don't even understand that at an era, the Dragon Ball Z the main Dragon Ball Z is so much better. Like, they haven't even watched the authentic stuff, and they want to be like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Man, we are just too advanced for regular Indians. I was bullied multiple times for watching anime like Charlotte, and say that I'm watching cartoons, but now they are different. True, dude. It's almost same for everyone. Like, the most of the Indian audience, most of the Indian audience nowadays wouldn't even have that much support. I watched Dragon Ball Z OG and Saint Seiya. Yeah, dude, it was back in the day, it was something else. Now it's something else. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I used to watch Kochi Kamen. I don't think people know that as well. Kochi Kamen. I didn't have people to talk to, dude. And in the Western culture, or in the Eastern culture, Eastern and Western culture, there used to be anime clubs where children could actually sit together and talk about animes. Yeah, I have heard people saying that nah, Fairy Tail is not good. I'm like, bro, you only watch 2 animes and those are Demon Slayer, Spy Family, and you saying bad to good anime. Yeah, dude. And oh, Kaito, you should watch it. Yeah, just try watching 1 or 2 episodes at least. Yeah, another thing about that is like in nowadays you will see that people don't have that much essence. Like people don't even have the patience to watch the 3 season. The reason most of the time people didn't even watch like One Piece was because it's too long. I'm like, dude, don't watch the whole One Piece. At least watch till Nami or Usopp joins. Just watch till Usopp joins and don't watch after that. At least you can watch till that. Yeah, dude. At the OG, if you remember, the little guy used to like. He was told to reach from one place to another, and he was supposed to take buses or like taxis or something, and he just freaking swam the ocean to reach the destination, and he freaking walked the whole mile just for it. It's a super good, dude. People compare Attack on Titan and all that stuff with random stuff. Like, dude, you are this, you are that. I want to enjoy this. Like, if people for a long time, people don't even supported the good animes. Like, they even you know in India, Sailor Moon also doesn't have that much support because it's so what it's called old animation. That anime was made at the time and which animation was making its first step in the industry, and you are comparing that with Demon Slayer. Are you like, how can you even compare the two, dude? I watched One Piece though. It's all right, Aniket. The thing is, you understand. What it's called I have seen your recommendations as well. The manhwa recommendations that you gave. I actually went through some of that, and also like we have conversed before, and I know you don't speak without knowing your thing. Yeah. So Sailor Moon is got it. Yeah. These days media are always use Gen Z word for every controversy. I'm like, bruh, just stop. Yeah. Better than Z controversial, but I stand by it. A style speak. What do you mean? People compare it to dude. You see now because people are not cultured enough. I think that's the word. Because you'll see that in like especially I'm only gonna talk about India. I'm not speaking outside, right? Even in India, the new people who are joining were the ones that called it cartoons and waste of time. But once the Western culture adopted it, that it's good, it's worth watching, Naruto and all that stuff, then all of a sudden anime became this cool thing. I want to be part of it and stuff like that. And now people, before, if you had a cartoon t-shirt, right, people used to make fun of it. Kids used to make fun of other kids for, I don't know, maybe the thing where like you cannot be a kid, you need to be bigger, and that's the kids shenanigan mentality. But people used to wear Marvel t-shirts because you cannot be a kid apparently. And now you just go outside and you'll see Itachi Uchiha or maybe your Dragon Ball Z or Demon Slayer t-shirts, just people wearing and randomly doing stuff. I have also seen a person wear a Hagyu, I think Ohego, I think Ehego. I am lagging. Those shirts. You have the guts to wear those t-shirts, dude. Are you insane? You know, there is time during my early teenage when in school most of the people only talked about animes as 18 plus stuff, and only name came was Overflow and I had to step out of there. Yeah, there are also that kind of group as well. But yeah, there's different kind of sets everywhere. I can speak for both South American fans of Dragon Ball and then Saint Seiya, both old anime. Dude, I have to check Saint Seiya. I think I don't know that one. I'll check that one out. Aniket W. I know, right? The South American Spanish dubs have so much quality because they care about stuff. Yeah, dude, I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, that was a clean one. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to the game. I'm just dying. Okay. Hey, go. Nah, dude. Nah, dude. Nah, dude. Okay. So, yeah, the thing is, right, people just joined it because the Western culture was adopting it, but there is no other there's no other reason for people. Is yeah, it is fun. I noticed that in India, shoujo anime or like that are not at all famous. Like shonen or something. I mean, we know a girl is a main character, so that doesn't mean it's bad anime. Dude, you picked up such a good point. Like, there are so many good animes where the protagonist is what it's called. The main protagonist is the female, and the people don't even talk about it. The thing is, like for example, like when the boy has a whole set of harem, right, he can have like 5 to 6 girls, right? But there was talks about that, the life, I live a life of a villainess, I think. I don't remember the full name. It was something like that, and people were talking that the girl had too many boyfriends or like too many love circles. Like, the boy has it. Why does you have an issue when a girl has it? There's a lot of issues about these kind of stuff. You'll notice it. Like, dude, shoujo and shoujo. Ah, man, I'm not on my game today. Yeah, so the animes, and like at one point you won't even believe it, right? I'll explain you. At I think it's when in 2015, I think it's about that time. I used to play Clash of Clans. At that time, the highest town hall level was 7, and I was killing it. I loved it, and I was like, dude, guys, this game is amazing. And this. I spent 2 months trying to find people who can play with me. No one, literally no one came to play with me. But all of a sudden, I don't play the game for 1 month, and for some reason, I don't know what craze started on, and every single freaking dude I know is now playing Clash of Clans, and now that I don't even want to touch the game because of the experiences I went through. I don't know why. I once started talking about an anime where a female was a character, and she's too OP, like more than Goku. No offense, but yeah, when I talked about it, the group was like, dude, that's also a thing. For they don't want to talk about like critically. You cannot talk about critical stuff in India because there is a sheep culture going on. You cannot go outside of herd. You cannot have your own separate opinion. You must be either left or right. You cannot be both. You cannot just have a center path. You must be either go left or either you go right. You cannot be in the center. You cannot go any other paths. It's always that, dude. In India, it's always that. You cannot say anything about that. Conversation controversial, but South Americans and Indonesian anime, manga, manhwa fans are far better than us. It's more about the peace, right? People who are really peaceful and don't speak without like proper thoughts. Like, many places people speak without thinking what will be the outcome. Remember that time when FF was so much overrated and so cringe behavior, everyone was just talking about it? Dude, I used to play Free Fire. I'll tell you how much OG I was. I used to play Free Fire when there was only one paid character in the game. That means rest of them was free, you can easily get them, and only one character was paid with diamonds. Alright, it was around 499 diamonds or something, and at that time it was season 1 or I think season 2, but There was a thing in which you can watch ads and you will get gems. You will get 5 gems per day and 35 per week. And I used to collect those gems while playing, and then I opened my first paid character in the game. That time there used to be 10 rupees top-ups in which you could get 10 rupees bundles, and those 10 rupees bundles could be like normal price range was like 500 rupees per 1000 gems, and you could sometimes get an offer in which if you just pay 10 rupees you could like get 1000 crystals. That used to be a special offer, and I had to go. So at that time GPay was not a thing, so at that time I had to go so many lengths because I don't have a debit card, credit card. My parents didn't even let me touch theirs, so I had to go through a friend to a friend to a friend. I had to pay 50 just to my 10 rupees could reach that level. And then I got a Google Play code, and then I used to run it. It was so bad at back in the day. It's just that people don't care about other likings. If someone likes something, just let them enjoy it. But there's Indian people judge everyone. Dude, so true, dude. Acrolix, you were on point. You hit the bullseye. That's the exact freaking issue that's stopping us. For example, I used to tell people, please freaking go and read manhwa. It is at the time when solo leveling only had 10 chapters out. I used to be like, dude, please read this manhwa. This is an app. Go there, it would be like free. After 1 week the chapters would be free. Go there, read that. People were like, no, you are reading cartoon, wasting of time. All of a sudden when fucking anime came out, whole world watches it, it goes top grossing, and all of a sudden it's not even worth watching because people thought it is bad. You don't even know the origin story. Half of the stuff was cut in the anime, and I had to go through the novel to figure, it's such a great story, but animes just cut it. So it was, I don't even know, people just stick to their likings. They don't want to go out of the box to enjoy. That's the thing. I don't know what happens in the game. One controversial opinion. Yeah, sure, people in India judge better than an actual court judge when it comes to judging a person instead of an actual criminal. So freaking true. From the media to the people to the neighborhood auntie, all of the freaking them are such a big judgment people. Like, if a person is not careful, their career could be decided by the neighborhood auntie, dude. That's such a freaking true statement. Majority of India, unfortunately, isn't exposed to outside world. Yup, we complain about North Korea being hermit state, but as I see, we are the same. Yup, I can see that. Maybe someday we will be there. Yeah, dude. Let's talk. This is just the culture, right? This is about, we are talking about culture aspect of it, but if you like, just as you said, we are not even out. We don't even contact with the outside world. Only 10% of the people in India are making enough to fluctuate the GDP of India. Do you understand the meaning of this? Like, from 1.5 billion people, I think it's enough. I don't know. Let me check the numbers. Give me a second. How many people are in India? How many people in India? 1.45 crores, dude. That's too much. Anyways, as dude, yeah, 2015 was as. At that time, in like currently, if I'm speaking on the economical stage, quote unquote economic stuff, even if it's all rigged, everyone knows the politician and they get contracts from there and stuff like that. I'm not gonna speak. I can speak. This is my channel. Just don't clip it, guys. I don't wanna clip my clip on the media. All right. Yeah, it's enough. More increase, dude. Only 10% of 1.4 billion people have the power to fluctuate our GDP. If it goes up or down, only 10% of the people. Do you understand how much those 10 are earning? It means that if you go outside and you buy chips or maybe a chocolate, all the money goes to the 10%. Like, even if it's 1 rupee per person, 1.4 billion, dude. Are you kidding me? Surya, freaking study time. Gonna study till 2. Do. Take care, dude. Always study time comes first. Take care, dude. And please have a break. Please, Kaito, please. I'm telling you, make sure to have a break. Have something good. Eat something good. And then, all right, you start something, like eat something good, then go sitting. You get too much working hard on your stuff. All right, bye, take care. Yeah, so economic stage is all right, dude. Like, the companies most of the time, like nowadays people earn more. Like, the startups that are making stuff, most of the companies that are started after this startup culture started, the owner only has like 30 to 40 percentage of the ownership in the company. Then what's the point? You only own 30% of your company. That means there are other people who can change the course of your company when you are the one who made it. Yeah, you became the youngest millionaire or billionaire, but what did you let go of, right? It's dependent. Like, people also want to be the part of the 10%, but they are also like just going outside now. The Blinkit and Zomato and Swiggy came from the outside. Uber, Panda Express and all that, we just shifted, right? It's the same company, same layout, same how everything works. We just shifted it. We made it Indian package style. Like, for example, the what is it, the brand, that makes Szechuan sauce, I cannot remember it. The chutney. What's the company name? Ching's, right? It is an Indian-made brand owned by an Indian person, but the only reason it was named Ching's was because people were gonna judge it as a Chinese product. So that called, because it is known that those Chinese people earn more, right? Those are very chili stuff comes from China the best. Even though India were the major exporter of spices, the main spices best come from China, the people think, in India. So he named Ching's, and now see where his company stands. It's just about branding and understanding the market, dude. Another biggest problem is that how older people are making younger people unable to pursue their goals and dream jobs. If someone like arts or something, parents, relatives say stuff like it's not job worthy, study for government jobs. So true, dude. Like, I won't even go in the bigger stuff, right? If we just spoke of like Bihar, a state where like people aren't even people don't study much, right? Like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't want to say that. I was keep playing the game. Like, people don't even know the different. We speak of engineers and doctors, right? In Bihar, the government job is the only way they can come out of their hellhole. They don't even think of, like, the first option is a government job, the second option is government job, every single option is government job. Like, that doesn't work, right? That wouldn't work, right? In India, especially, it's a place, we have so much people. Like, people is a resource. Every time a birth certificate is made, the World Bank, the India country has more credit. It can get more credit because of the people it holds. But we are so stuck on like suppressing and holding on to the power in the politics stuff. You won't even get to see like the people don't even understand how good or bad something is. I would love to like make a video on it, but I'm pretty sure I would be like hanged or something. So I'm not gonna like go that deep in it. But yeah, people like the job structure is already freaked. Like if you have like, I'll give you an example. People think the engineering job is really hard, right? The first of all, the stuff is already pretty hard to get. Like the job is already pretty hard to get. There is tests and stuff. In Indian top military, only 300 people are accepted in whole year. So what do you expect? In the 1950s, South Korea in the worst economy, but they had a plan. The Toyota generation does the hard physical work and do the Insta stuff, and the next gen studies and do digital work. The third gen and from they are innovating, but in India every gen is gen. So true, dude. So true. You freaking touch the right aspect of it, because that's the problem. That's the main issue that is so visible. That but people are ignoring it so much that, like, in India, when you spend your time and money, you would expect a job, right? But we don't have the planned workout like the Western culture, right? Because of the greed and stuff, and the thing I said, everyone does the same thing, but job, yeah, dude, people can generate. I'll give you a simple example. Video editing. You just need to make a company, all right? There are so many creators, all right? You just need to make a video company, editing company. Just collect five people, teach them basic editing, shorts editing, and reach out to YouTubers. Like get 500 per shot, right? 500 rupees per shot, and you will edit it, and it cannot be above 3 minutes, right? So that's that. You have 5 people. If you get like 20 clients per day, you decided to put one shot out, you will earn, dude. You'll earn money. You don't even need 5 editors. You will earn money, and you can increase your clientele and your VTuber like editors. Dude, people are not gonna create jobs because they don't wanna walk out of the box. Again, the judgment thing that we talked about. There was a lot of judgment, dude. So 1.4 million people are studying engineering each year. Yep, and there are only 130k jobs each year max. So a lot of people are unemployed. Yep, and that number is decreasing because people are like living more. That's also an issue. People are retiring late. That's an issue as well. So if a person retires late, right? So the next year job requirement would be lesser, right? So what happens when there's a lot of supply and less demand? The rates went down, and if the job rates goes down, you will be earning less, even though you should be earning like so much money, but you are earning less. That's an issue. That's an actual issue. People just don't want to know, because apparently if you just learn to be an engineer, you are by some god's grace, you're gonna become the best thing in the world or something. And we aren't even counting the previous. Yes, dude, people are already learning for jobs. If you have so many people looking for the same jobs, it's only like either you go outside, like outside India, or you just get people into the firms. So what happens at the end? The jobs like a 1.5 lakh job, like 1.5 lakh month job becomes a 50,000 per month job, because people have options, right? If I have so many options, I'm gonna auction the place, I'm gonna auction the spot, because everyone is freaking good. So if I'm gonna auction the place, I'm just gonna auction the idea. Oh man, not the idea. I'm gonna auction the spot. Whoever decides and selects, he's just gonna get it, dude. Whoever bids like the least amount of salary, he's gonna get the job. That's simple. I'm not gonna pay more. I'm gonna pay less if there are so many people. But still, people are still stuck that engineering is a good job. That's a good job. Yeah, yada yada. Like nowadays, people are going AI. Like I understand, artificial intelligence is such a good job, but because engineering became like, people started to know engineering is a bad option, it's a bad idea, people figured out we'll go software engineering. now there are so many freaking software engineers also that even tech firms don't want that many. I know, right? If a job is worth 100k and someone asks for a raise or 80k, the company can fire them and pick unemployed because they can work for 1,000 rupees. Yeah, dude. The needed people, the people who need the money, are so freaking hungry for it, because in India there is also a lack of financial studies. People, the middle class and the lower class, I'm part of a middle class family, right? We were not taught how to handle money. We are taught that if you earn money, you put it in a saving account where you will get 2% interest per month, per year, my bad, per year. That's in 0 point percentages per month. That's so freaking low. And the thing is, like, you need money, dude. You need to figure out how this stuff works. You need to learn that step. Dude, in 12th standard, I was so freaking ashamed when the school wanted me to write a check. They wanted me to fill up a check deposit form, and they gave it to me. I didn't even knew how to fill it. My marks in English is 93 percentile. I was one of the toppers in that subject, and I didn't even knew how to fill up a freaking slip, the deposit slip. I'm not taught that. No one told me. After that, I was so sad. I went to my mother. I went with her to the bank to figure out how everything works. Dude, so many people in India. I have studied. I've spent money to go to a private school. There are people who are going into a public school where teachers don't give an ass about the studies. They don't even care if you study or not. They are not even teaching you about the freaking syllabus. Do you think they are going to teach you about how the money works? They don't teach actual skill stuff, how to pay. Yeah, dude. Teach me taxes, dude. Why the frick are you teaching me algebra first? I know it's important. I know, like, if there are 2 flowers and there are 2 dandelions, and I can use algebra to figure out how many more I need to buy in stock. But I need money to buy that stock. Then I can use the calculation. First teach me how to understand money, because if I knew about compound interest when I was in first, I would have opened an under 18 account for myself with my parents, and I started investing money at that age. By now I would have at least 10 lakh in my bank. People they don't even want you to learn about the money stuff, and it's all about the political class, and they just want to divide you in categories about Hindus, Muslims, religions, castes. There are like freaking how many freaking castes in India, dude. That's so fucking stupid. Like, there's also the what's it called, there's also the rich, middle and poor class. There's below poverty class, then there's castes, OBCs and SCs and STs, then there's about religion, and now there's fucking male and female issues. Dude, I'll tell you. Wait a second, what did you say? No wonder this country is doomed from the start. Yup, dude. I didn't need to learn different calculus. I need to know how to pay tax. Yup, and actual stuff. Not, dude, I can give it in you a written, dude. A person who had done commerce, BCom, doesn't know how to file a freaking ITR. If he doesn't go outside of his way to like go into the CA subject and go and prepare for the CA, right? A normal college graduate doesn't know how to file an ITR. Dude, in Western culture, there are children who have started working on their 401k accounts, and in India they don't even know what a 401k is. People don't talk about retirement. They say, like, yeah, you should take care of your parents. That's the first thing. But you also need to have a certain safety net, right? You must have a safety net for yourself, your parents, your children, right? So you need to start investing in that early. That's why they understand the 401k first. They set up a 401k first, a retirement account first, then they move into the other stuff. right? Then this go into like, you need to get educated about this. The child is not taught about 401k. The parents decide for him, and then after they shift into the money system where the child knows how to earn, how to spend, what is needs, what is wants. And the freaking thing about the needs and wants in India is so stupid. People don't even know about what is their need and what their want is. People buy Kawasaki and they live in a 1 BHK, dude. You are buying a 40 lakh bike, but you are living in a freaking 1 BHK. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. If I have a 40 lakh commercial property, I'll just rent it out and earn at least 20,000 a month. That's the lowest. India off topic, but mental health is also very ignored in India culture. They put too much focus on material money and also failing or stupid culture, judge about safety, about government jobs. But so true, dude. Mental health, like, yeah, dude, in India, it's suck it up. You can just suck it up. It's supposed to be the chill stream, but yeah, the thing is, right, in India, there is a, what is called, we talked about judging system, right? It starts from there. I think it's more deep, but we'll start from there, the judging system. So a person doesn't do much outside of it anyways because of the what would people say, right? There is a thing called what would people think, what would people say. The people don't freaking even care. They don't care. They will come, look, say hi, bye, and leave. You didn't even know that person a second ago, and you will gonna decide how your world works according to how he thinks. He can fucking think shit, dude. That's the Indian, dude. But you cannot even change that stuff, dude. In India, it doesn't, like, no one cares. Your parents, the thing people explain, like how people would explain it, people would be like, we suffered it, you should also handle it. We handled it, you should also handle it. Dude, if you suffered and you are making my life easier, why should I suffer? I'm gonna work, I'm gonna study, I'm gonna understand where my plan lies, I'm gonna work in that path. You should support me, not judge me. The mental health stuff, dude, the suicide rate in India is one of the highest. One of the highest of freaking kids. The fucking kids, dude. I cannot even say half of the stuff, dude. It's so annoying. Like, half the people know. Most of the people even know about all this stuff, and they don't even care about it until the loss is already done. Right now, the quota thingy, I think most of the people have have watched that series, Quota. And it depicts it so much because they say it as quota factory. The factory which bring out engineers. The mental health in that place is stupid because until you have a good academy, you will not earn more. Right? You will not earn more until you have a better academy. If you have a better academy, that means more competition. There is 600 people studying at the same academy. If so much people is studying in the same place and there are only gonna be 5 jobs, no one is getting enough. But for some reason, we're gonna pay 20 lakhs per year just so the child could suffer the burden that he spent so much money on something that he couldn't bring out the results in. The thing is, the kid doesn't even know what engineering makes him. Dude, I had to go outside of my way to figure out what does an engineer do. Yeah, he builds stuff. There's a freaking specialist stuff in that as well. You have to figure out which type of engineer you wanna be, and that's the stream you were gonna go to, and that's how you gonna earn back the money. I'll say, dude, for now the student loan stuff hasn't started yet, but I'm telling you, in India the student loan system gonna go so big that people will have crores in loans after completing their education, and the education is jack shit. You cannot do shit after getting that high quality 20 lakh education. It's so bad. And the medical aspect of it, people think if they go to therapist, that's the end. If you go to a therapist, you are psycho. The other guy didn't even talked about you. You yourself called yourself a psycho just because you have to go to a therapist. In India, it is so freaking bad. I cannot even tell you, dude. The mental health stuff, you're so right on the mental health stuff. Because, first of all, most of the people don't care. Like, if let's for example, a viewer comes in, he's gonna say he had a bad day. He comes in and he like drop a couple of slurs in the comments, in the live comment stuff, and I'm gonna be sad, right? But he went through something so bad that he had a need to let it out in someone's live stream, dude. Do you understand that he's so bad that he cannot even talk to a person, that he has to go to a freaking live stream to speak his mind? The debt to revenue ratio is gonna be so bad for real. So bad, dude. The 700% debt per revenue, and also end up being unemployed and can't pay the student. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Only way, I'm gonna say it now, the only way India actually makes money, first of all, it's YouTube. It's gonna be YouTube. It's gonna be these platforms. There have to be these platforms so people can earn money. That's one they people need. This is a side hustle for most of it. For most people, it's for me. It's more like I like it. I love creating content. I don't care if I earn most of the side. That's why I don't go around like collabing and all that stuff. The only way I collab is because I get like people I talk to. They told me, and I would love to play with them again. And if that's called a collab, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have those. I'm not gonna earn anything. Even I don't even say different shit. I don't care, dude. But we need YouTube. We need Twitch. We need so much stuff. We need the subscription systems. We need to figure out, dude. We don't even have our personal art, dude. We don't have a creation for ourselves. We don't have a art style yet. There's manhwas, there's mangas, and there's cartoons, but there's not Indian. We need something Indian. We need the Indian style cartoons. We need India style manhwas. We need the music of India is so prevalent in outside world. Like India is I think one of the only ones who have a musical inside their films. We shouldn't remove that. Even if it's a Netflix film, we shouldn't remove them. We should keep them because it's identify as Indian, right? We need people to figure out. We need more directors, like in Korea. We need director firms. We need producer firms. We need firms like we need lawyer firms. I would say in most of the cities we have a clinic of sorts. Like the doctors have a clinic. We have people who had like they studied lawyerism, and they opened their own small clinic. Instead, they should hire like 10 to 20 to 30 lawyers in a single firm. They should make a big firm of that. They would be lawyers, and then you have a specified clientele. Nowadays, it's one-on-one system. Who's gonna read freaking hundreds of pages, dude? Hundreds of pages of files. No one's gonna read all that. You need people with you. You need more clientele. You need more support. You need more lawyers. People are so power hungry for themselves. They don't even want to like go outside of their way to get like the things they want. Yeah. Okay, another thing. Yeah, I think the recording stuff doesn't work much. Yeah. Another thing about that is like the mental health is already bad. I am thinking of going to a therapist because of certain issues. I'm not gonna spend time on that, but yeah, dude, the things I have heard from people to stop me from going to a therapist is so absurd. People won't even care, dude. People, no, not care. People don't understand. I think the wording is because I don't know how that stuff works. I'm gonna go to an adult to figure out how the stuff works. The adult also doesn't know anything, so that means it's trial and error. I so want to share about something of mine, but about doctors. The doctors of India are also kind of now money making machines, because they don't care. They are there to earn. Like in the doctors in India are now only there for earning. They are not healing you, to be precise. They just want your money. I'm not just saying all this stuff outwards. What did you call Aniket? I want to know. Wait a second. Oh, that you're first. Yeah, dude. The thing is, right, the doctor stuff, I don't even want to talk that, because it was so bad. The experience is so bad, because after that I was because I thought like the reputations of doctor is so high, and I was like, there's no way a doctor could be bad. They only work for betterment of people. There is an oath or something. I was so kiddish. I didn't even know that what the reality of world was. That opened my eyes, because the doctor, like my mother is sick, right? So the doctor gave medicines. He's one of the best surgeons. All right, he's one of the best surgeons here, and he gave my mother medicines, and he was so bad, dude. She had a liver thingy, non-alcoholic liver. A non-alcoholic liver, it is a syndrome or disease where your liver becomes fatty even though you don't drink alcohol, right? So he gave medications which would increase the weight of the person's body, so the condition worsen. The only reason we were able to caught that before my mother had to underwent surgery was because one day, instead of my parents going alone, I decided I'm gonna take my mother to the doctor and I'm gonna listen to what he says. Dude, I would say, please, when your parents go to a doctor, go with them if you have studied, because these doctors are so freaking menacing. They will try to trick you. The thing, we reached there and they are like, he opened the file and went, you should have an operation. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, you should have an operation. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not, we don't want to have the operation. This was not a condition in which a person would need an operation. We already had settled that argument. We don't want an operation. He was like, no, and I asked my mother, like, how many times has he done that? My mother says in the previous conversations he's also bringed up that she should have an operation. It is also worsened. I'm like, not. I'm like, on the back of my mind, it was like, is he giving wrong medications to my mother? At that point, I had an intuition, because that doesn't make sense. He's a doctor. The medication would worsen. I was only thinking that the disease was so bad that it was. But I had studied. That is not a bad disease. If you even in the first, second, and third stage, the liver heals itself. If you just have a healthy diet, and even if you don't have medications, the liver would heal itself. So I was like, why an operation? The online, even though the online stuff is like you gonna die of cancer sometimes, but it also, I have read papers of it and I was like, why operation? So I have said operation so many times, dude. I will say surgery. Okay, so why do I need a surgery, right? That was my main idea. But well, let's say we had a different mindset at that time. I went to my mother and we were there, and he gave us medications after the visit, and he changed the medications. Apparently the medications were not good enough because her condition went from stage 2 to stage 3. So apparently the medications were different for whatever reason, I don't know. But all of a sudden what happened was that I was worried about it. I we went outside. He had a personal chemist outside sitting, his own chemist, his own medications and stuff, you know. So he gave us the medication. I went out to the chemist and he says we had old medications. We had to buy 2 months medications together because it was supposed to be like 2 months, but it was so bad in 1 month. Hey, wait, Aniket, are you in the game? Wait, what? What? Did you just snipe in the game? Are you kidding me? Anyhow, okay, that's not you. Okay. Yeah. So what happened was, right, the medication stuff. Yeah, the medication stuff didn't work out. So we went to the chemist and he's like, I cannot return it. I'm like, why? The doctor said you can return it, and we don't. Oh, why don't you play Valo? It's good. Oh well, it could be rage inducing sometimes. So yeah. Anyways, so what happened was that I was like, change it. He's like, no, I'm not gonna change the medications. Let's talk to the doctor. So I was like, of course he's gonna say don't change the medications, because like it could be like, if I go to the next stage, she would have an uncurable disease. Then she would have to have surgery, right? It was that serious. So I was like, of course the doctor knows that what's gonna happen, right? So a kid little me thought it was a good idea that I should trust him, but surprise to me, right? Doctor says that it's all right, you don't need to change the medication. Just a second ago he said we need to have surgery or it could be serious, and now he says we do not need to have surgery because it's all right. Are you committing us? Give me a second, let me see if I can shoot this guy. Okay, he's not there. Okay, I was so freaking mad that we didn't even took the medications. We just came out of that clinic, and I was like, we are changing doctors today. I don't care what this teacher, I don't care who this person is, I don't care how this stuff works, but I am changing the doctors today, and there's no second call on it. I don't care. Doc, I has a dual life form. Doc is having a dual life movement, dude. You'll understand the issue. Like, I'm losing the game, don't worry. You'll understand my issue right here, okay? The person said no. He said that it was surgery moment. He changed the medications. I changed the freaking doctor. Now I went to a reputable one who I had to wait around hours. I'm talking, I went 9:30 in the morning. I got free at 2:30 in the afternoon. That how hard was to get to that doctor. But I went with my mother there, and he said the doctor was giving the wrong meds on purpose. My mind just went numb. I'm like, that guy was playing with my mother's life. What if I didn't have sorted out? If the surgery would have happened, right, then they would be properly dependent upon they would be properly dependent upon the medications, and this guy already is not giving good medications, right? Then what's the point, right? He's already not giving the good medications. So if I had surgery, it's the done deal. Then my mother would be heavily dependent on a doctor who don't know how to run the place. After that, whenever I went out to a doctor, new one, old one, I don't care, I would always, when I reach back home, I would check what those medicines are for. Before, I was like, the doctor wouldn't do this, doctors are this, that, heavenly spirit and all that. But now, I'm telling you, I don't care who the doctor is. I don't care who the doctor is. I would always check what the medications are for, and that's it. It was traumatic experience for me. So yeah, I stopped that, and now she's healing. Now she's so better. But the thing was, because she had to come from third stage to the first back, that took her around 6 months to recover from that, from 1 month of medications. So medications are so bad in the wrong hands. Now I understand why some people love Ayurvedic medicine, because like because no, I think that's a separate point. I shouldn't connect those two together. That's a different conversation. What I wanted to say is, if you see it as Ayurvedic stance, there is a saying in Ayurveda that the master of 1,000 poisons is also the master of 1,000 medicines. If you know how to kill a man with 1,000 poisons, you also know how to bring back a man through 1,000 medicines. That means a person is the one who holds the power. The ingredients are the same, right? The ingredients are the same for poison and medicine, but how a person handles it determines if the medicine is wrong or good. I think that's how I want to say it. And now in India, there has started a series of decision making that it's gonna be like the doctors are only gonna focus, not all of them, most of them are gonna be focused that they are most of the doctors will be focused on earning money. It doesn't require rocket science to search up the medication's name and its use and cause and creating, and more people should do that like you did. Yup, dude, I'm so sad. That's the thing now. No one teaches this stuff. This is real life stuff. No one teaches it. In school, I was learning about Mauryan Empire and Aryabhata. I like politics. Even the pol science subject didn't even make sense, dude. It was most about history. It was named pol science, but it was history about the political stuff. The social sciences should be removed. It should be at least 3 years. A person should learn sociology first, then they should move into social sciences. This is such a brain dead way of teaching children. It's like it is like a manufacturing system of cleric people who are desk job people who 10,000 per month salary. It is just a copy paste system. The child goes in and comes out with a capability of earning 10k a month. That's all it is. Had kind of similar experience with an Air Force guy. I assumed all of them got like, and well, I won't say much. Like I said, institution in India. Actually, Aniket, if I know it is a bad experience, but I would like to know what was the thing, because the thing is, right, I have met great doctor, a great freaking doctor. I have met one. I have met a good doctor, and I have met a super evil doctor as well. The thing is, like, in the end, we are all human. That's I think the center point of this. We are all human. And it's about the person. I think the mindset is that the likelihood of something going somewhere, right? The mindset is really important. Like, if there are two businessmen and one does donations and the other takes stuff out of people, like they exploit people, right? People gonna say the businessmen are bad people. They're not gonna see the donations. That's the side point. That's going good, so they're gonna ignore him completely. They're gonna make a general statement on a general topic and offend every single one of them. You see, I'm not gonna put out fingers. Like, I have studied sociology. I have spent separate time on studying sociology. I have spent separate time on figuring out histories, mythology. I have, like, that's the way people thinks that a waste of time. The clarity you get after understanding different stuff is so good. Like, I'll give you a random one. I think people should know it. It's a random one. People should know Ved Vyas, right? Great scholar. People think he's mythological, but he actually existed. There's a track record, historical record of him existing. But the thing is, he himself was part of Mahabharata. I'm not gonna go if Mahabharata was real or not and all that stuff. That's up to person. But all mythological people and historical people knows Ved Vyas was real person. But Ved Vyas never existed. Right? I'll explain you how. Ved Vyas is not a name. Ved Vyas is a title, like a principal, a teacher, a professor, a doctor. These are titles. That's not the name of a person. That's a title of a person. Right? I hope people are like, we are on the same page. Ved Vyas is a title. It's not a name. So, what's the name? It's Krishna. His name was Krishna. Not the Mahabharata Krishna. Krishna meant dark at that time. His complexion was dark and he lived at an island. The name is in Sanskrit is Krishna Devapanya. And the simple translation in Hindi is a dark boy who was born on an island. That's how simple the name was, but because it was in the mother language of Sanskrit, it became a big thing. But why Krishna word is not used? Why Ved Vyas is used? That's the issue, right? We are not taught on this. We are not that's not there. It cannot fit in any single subject that currently exists. Maybe in sociology it would consist, I think it would go in that, but it doesn't even fits in history, because if you go that way, then people gonna say because it's a secular state, you cannot focus on a certain religion only, and it's that all thing. And even though religion word is not available in the language, that's all and all. But Ved Vyas is a title, and the title means compiler of knowledge. Ved is a Sanskrit word for knowledge. That's the thing. And the title comes from that. No one cares, no one thinks, no one works. But it's all about like people, right? People don't care, people don't think and stuff like that. But yeah, it is a long journey, long working on how stuff works, how stuff doesn't, and stuff like that. Give me a second, let me pop some heads. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, that's the one point. That's the one aspect of it, right? The Ved Vyas is a title. Ved is knowledge. Vyas is compiler, which means the collector of knowledge. He simply collected the knowledge which was available at that time in India and made 4 books, basically 4 subjects. Those 4 books are 4 subjects. Those are literally books. Those are not. Those books are for like what he should do and what he shouldn't do. The information, those are 4 information books. As I told you, Ved meant knowledge. So Arthashastra, which was knowledge about mathematics, was in UAI. No, dude, I'm alright. I'm not AI. I am average looking Indian. I'm average boy. Let me just drop some smokes quickly. Okay, I didn't saw the guy was sitting right there. Yeah, so that's how the compilerism worked. He just collected and made 4 books and got the title because those 4 were rather important books. There was Arthashastra, which is mathematics. That's really important. the works of Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, and many other scholars at that time is recorded in that. Those are not mythological figures, those are historical figures that is written in those books. There's also different stuff in it that's too deep. I'm not gonna go into it, but there's no like in 12 years of a person in being in the school, he cannot be like connected to a different section. Like you cannot bridge into this topic like I did right now. I just jumped in, but it cannot be bridged. It can be go through sociology to history to the information. This is not a historical class. No, I mean it is. I think it's close to being a historical class, but it's not actually historical. I haven't. That's the thing, right? I'm gonna stuck them in, but yeah. Give me a second. He's out. Okay, he's out. Give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I thought he would be coming back now that he shot. I should be with him. I should be with him. To be honest, I was too consumed by this history that I forgot to chat. No worries, no worries. That's good part on me that I was explained it to you. The thing is right. The history of the Indian history is a hodgepodge. We don't even have a proper timeline for our history. People think we were oppressed for 200 years. That was British Empire. The country was oppressed for 1200 years in total if you count. How? I won't be explaining, but total 1200 years of oppression was there. The slavery was there, and I won't be in those 1200 years. That's a freaking. There's 10 centuries. That's 10,000 years in total, dude. No. Maratha was different. The Mughal was there. There was Mughals, and there's also certain section in the history of a certain empire that started the bad stuff. There was Maratha. Marathas are warriors. Those are the Mughals were warriors. There are certain Mughals that were great. They had led great empires. But the thing is, right? Let me explain it to you in this way. During World War One, right? During World War One, when Nazi stuff was happening, I don't know if I can speak about it, but when that stuff was happening, even though the Nazis are bad, that's a given, because he burnt a lot of what he did to that massacre was so bad. Yeah, that the Mughal link is different. Nah, if I started speaking of Mughal, I might get abducted or something, dude. That's the thing about Mughal Empire. I can go into historical aspects. I cannot say stuff about their religion because they are rather keen on it. That's to my guy. National Socialist Party of Germany didn't exist in world. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. World War II. During the World War II thing, right? I think there were Nazis are bad. Not were, they are bad, right? But the people who lived under Nazis, there were three classes. The people who were okay with, which came into that category of supremacist, I think that's the word of that category. They were happy. They didn't got oppressed, right? They wouldn't say we were oppressed. But there was a second class. Yeah. There was a second class, and that class was mixed in. They were affected by the World War II, the Nazi stuff, but they were not oppressed to be protected, but they were affected. Then there was oppressed, which were Jews, right? In a place where was a Jew empire, right? There was a Jew empire, and if Nazis come in and slaughter everyone, they burn the libraries, they burn everything. The culture is finished the moment the books are gone, right? But when all that stuff is gone, when all that stuff is already gone, how are you gonna handle it, right? That stuff is gone. That's not coming back. The culture is already lost the moment the books were gone. Now only stuff that left, it's mouth to mouth interactions and whatever the people remembered about it. Now every person is not studied enough to remember everything about the culture. So the people who had the information when the stuff returned became powerful people, right? But the people would say the Jews were oppressed. Yeah, that they were oppressed by Nazi people. Nazis are bad people, but there are people who were living under Nazis, which were really good. They weren't Nazis to be exact, but they fit the description of the Nazis propaganda, so they were living normally. They weren't affected that much under them. For those set of people, they wouldn't say it as oppression. You understand my point? There's a certain category of people who doesn't classify it as oppression. I'm not saying it wasn't an oppression, it was clearly oppression. But what I am saying is there was a category, like there is a category for everything. There's good and bad in everything. Even in India, like I would say, even in India, you might see a lot of that stuff even prevalent today. We had people in all faiths in Maratha army. Of course, dude. Marathan people are warriors. I have already said that, dude. But the thing is, like, there's a bad fish in every pond. You cannot remove the bad fish because it is also required for the environmental in a place where even the losers are heard, right? The Bharat Empire, in which the loser of a war could also write history. The reason, because India was flourishing to the 36 to 40% of world GDP was all centered in India or Bharat. India is a shorter one. There was Bharat and there was Akhand Bharat, right? So 36% to 40% of world GDP was in a freaking single empire at a time. And all of a sudden, that's all of that is lost, right? There was like the same thing happened in Sri Lanka because of civil war with Sri Lanka, Tamil and Sinhalas. And during the fight in 2008 something, the Sinhalas burned a massive library museum. Yep, dude. About that, listen, I'll give you a fun fact about that. There are total 9 universities in India before British people came. Before Mughals came, there were 9 universities. In Akhand Bharat, there were total 9 universities. When I say universities, I meant global universities. People from Japan, Korea, China came to study there. How we know that? We have historian people who went to those places and in Sanskrit on a stone tablet in those China, Korea, Japan and Thailand and places like that, there is a stone tablet and there's written in Sanskrit that the Sanskrit exam would happen from this time to this time, and if you want to apply for so and so academy in India, you have to pass that, right? That was, people were giving exams to go to another country to study. There were total 9 universities. People have known Nalanda. There was Vikramshila. There was total 9 universities in Bharat at that time. Akhand Bharat, I think. There was another name as well. Even the Hindustan word, the word Hindustan, that Hindustan, the Muslims doesn't. There were Greece people there. There were Persian people were present during that time. There was Greece people present at that time. You cannot say that that was Hindustan. That was never Hindustan. You understand? You understand my point? Like, people classify so that there could be easier division. No one called Hindustan after the Hindu Muslims were divided. During, I think it was 1910 1915, during when who was he? Jinnah left. I think it was 1915 or 18 something. I think Jinnah left the political party in India. Before they wanted, it's in 18th, 17th century, 18 something, I think. Essentially, they took the life because they didn't preserve it. Yeah, the Mughals, I think, especially Mughals, burned the library. Like there were Mughal rulers who respected the culture. I'm not telling every single one. I'm telling some of the Mughals burned the libraries, but all of them were destroyed. Right? The information present in those books, the universities burned for at least 7 to 10 days without fuel. Dude, do you understand? A university was burning for 10 days without any fuel in it. You mean how many freaking books were in there? There were freaking floors. Dude, at that time there were floorings. The houses weren't built double decker, triple decker. The universities had floors in it. Yeah, libraries and educational places are usually burned down after it was not before, dude. That was not started. It started after a certain part of century. The education and the world peace section was respected for a certain amount of time. People didn't burn it, but once the chain started, every single empire started it so that they could convert people. I think the religion aspect started it, or the thing of complete annihilation started it, but people weren't crazy enough back then to freaking burn the whole culture from existence. People respected their ancestors and other people's ancestors and learned from them, right? Because someone created that strategy before you. Now that you are studying it and now you are gonna use it for a war, right? People respected that aspect. But now that people were so arrogant that they wanted to completely consume the history and the culture of a certain part of the world, that they are ready to burn that culture to the bone. Worst was the burning of Takshashila. I think, yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? Takshashila, there's Nalanda, there's more. Even, I would say, you will find certain books that are written in Sanskrit in different countries which came from India. The scholars, the current scholars, simply they are not used. The thing about good scholars is they would classify information on the factual value. That's what made them think, because if they don't, then their personal ideas won't match with, they will become hypocritical. What I'm trying to say is, right? But if a scholar becomes hypocritical, then what's the point of anything, right? Why he's studying so much? What did we learn today? We should become Homo sapiens and Neanderthals again by come one with the morgues. No more exploitation. Yeah, Central Asians, man, I tell ya. Yeah, dude. It's I think what if I were to summarize today is not monks, I meant monks, aka I mean, those were peaceful times. But there's also that the Egyptian aspect and the Greece aspect, where it is explained that there was I think the genetics of the human species was modified by someone before. It's already in I think people are still studying about it. I read something on it. I don't remember the page, but I read on it, and there are still stuff happening on it about it, and I would say that it is a good story. Yeah, what we learned, I think, is that in humans, in humans there are 7 main sins. There are 7 sins. There's greed, there's lust, there's pride, and you know the deal. There are total 7, and I would say that those 7 sins also make a human a human. Those 7 sins. The reason is like it is meant that a person would is a person, if the person acted upon these 7 emotions, he is a sinner. He is not a sinner. A person have it. It's a must have. If a person is not greedy, he wouldn't be motivated to earn money. If a person is not prideful, he becomes pushover. You need those emotions. If a person doesn't have a lust, then he doesn't need any idea on reproduction. He wouldn't go toward that. Those emotions were built to survive. But extreme on a certain emotion becomes a sin. I think that's there's a saying in Hindi, ati har cheez ki madi, that excess of everything is poisonous. If it's excess sugar, it's poisonous. Excess water, poisonous. Excess bananas, poisonous. For a person, excess is poison, but a balance of the 7 would lead you to great heights. We should be like the Carthaginians and sacrifice baby to fire to plant fertility. No. Yeah, I understand that was a sarcasm, but yeah, no. Even that, do you know that some of those ceremonies were created to get rid of the babies? In the start, it was well thought, but because, as I said, people couldn't learn much in those tribal areas, so when the person died and the person next to it died, and maybe a person somewhere else died in certain aspect of it, the rest became shit. It became shit, right? Because the person to teach the other person why this ceremony is happening is already dead. The person might forget it, might don't teach it to next person, right? So somewhere in between that was lost. So the person was continued to doing it. And at one point it became excessive. And as I said before, excessive of everything is poisonous. There is the same saying in Tamil, but it's called Aravakku Mirunan Amuthamun. Nanju translation is, if limit is exceeded, even the defined food become poisonous. So those are true what it's called potion words. That's Amrit. I think that's the word. What was that? What was that? Anyways, yeah. The need of it matters. The need must be there. Those sins that are called, those are there. But what balances out is like you should donate. You should love. You should respect. If there's greed, you should donate. If you have too much lust, you should love someone. If you have like a lot of pride in yourself, then instead of yourself, you should focus that pride into your works instead of yourself, right? If the word me comes a lot, that becomes bad for you. You should settle that sound. Bro, can I play in the next round? You can come in. I'm not even playing at that point. I'm just chilling, dude. If you come, like half the time I'm not even playing the game. You can come if you want. Truer words weren't spoken today. Yeah, dude. You can balance it out. Those 7 emotions, the sins that we call them in different religions or cultures, that is you can come in next round, no worries. I'll play a swift play. And the thing is, right, this is super important to learn, and people need to be taught that, because people are losing their own self in today's beliefs, if you know what I mean. Like the children nowadays has gone into a spiral of finding themselves, and because there's not enough information or guidance present, and the wrong guidance is so much more in this section, like in the world right now, that people are so like the kids. If you want to like really mess up a country, teach all the kids bad habits, all the kids, then the next generation would be super bad, and when that happens, you can just take over the country, dude. That would be like what, 30 years of investment. That's all. You can just take over a freaking country if you just teach the kids wrong. And the education system of India is still isn't fixed. It's been 75 years, I think, more than 75 of years, and the education system is still not fixed. There's improvement, but there could be so much more improvement if a proper time is given to the subjects, to the teachers, to the topics, to the syllabus. Even the what it's called, the exam taking thing, where the exams are taken by the that could be fixed. There are open books exams, those are so good, like, you know, the comprehensions are so great. I don't know who were the one in the language that decided to put comprehension in the exams, but those are so good, not for the marks wise, for a child, that will help him to know that if he doesn't learn the back exercise, because children cram the back, they inhale the back exercise, the children, because in tuition teachers, the teachers, they are like, just learn the back exercise, the exam would be from there. That's so stupid advice, because if he simply learns what's in the chapter, like there's just 3 words, the chapter is of 3 pages, dude, 3 pages is the chapter's length, and if he just simply understands what's in the chapter, no man, I'll give you 100% guarantee, you can ask him anything and he'll answer you. You can ask him anything and he'll answer you if you just explain it to him what's inside the chapter. He doesn't even need to study during the exams, all right? He wouldn't even need to study during the exam period if he knows what is in the chapter, and he would still at least pass the exam on his own accord. That's what I'm saying. We are doomed. Let's get realistic. Man, I don't know about that. Oh yeah, people wanted to be in it. I think a closed party, and then I'll generate a party code, and I'll generate code. Okay, this is the code, everyone. Here, this is GWR616. If you want to come in, you can come in, and once you come, I'll start, I guess. Yeah, that's the code. Okay, it's not welcome. Not. Let me wear my earphones so I can give you proper time. Okay, give me a second. Okay, and yeah, on the Discord, join my Discord, please. I love talking about this stuff there, and I really love it when I can easily talk with people. Acrylics, nah, no problem, dude. You don't personally have to join it, but you can enjoy it. X emoji. It's fun. Okay, let's start, and we are playing. So play now, and I'm gonna mess up his gameplay as well, but yeah, we're gonna enjoy some. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about that, and I think if I see it in an optimistic way, I think is, I'm just a normal guy, dude. I'm not the nice guy. I'm just a normal guy. But thanks for the compliment, my friend. I hope I know that you are a nice guy as well. I think the optimistic side. Thanks for the joining. It's in the description. It's just that I want people to talk without being into cancel culture. Do you understand? I want a Hindu and a Muslim. I think those are the two that fight a lot. Hindu and Muslims, I think. But I want those guys, like I want those two people to talk and learn from each other the most, because I think Hindu people have the most open mind compared to other religions, whereas Muslim people are most disciplined ones I have known. They are super disciplined. They know they will wake up at certain time, they'll pray at certain time, they eat at certain time, they only eat certain way, They are super disciplined in their stuff, dude. You can learn from anything, from a 5-year-old to a 90-year-old man, dude. I still say that you can learn a lot of stuff from other people. I'll get paid. I like how chat rule is keep it cozy, not toxic, and we are so toxic about this culture, like hypocritical, dude. We are criticizing it, I think, and it's need to be criticized if it's uh if it's not properly set, right? Because if you don't, you should pick anything, dude. Whatever you are good at, you should pick. We are just playing for fun of it. Okay, listening, Manal. Not Manal, sorry, Kaito, Miko, welcome. Yeah, I'm listening. Fast, type. I'm listening. Okay. Till then, I'll just. Oh, it's Lotus, right? So I'll get on it, and I'll go seaside, and I'll just camp there. Anyways, yeah. So, if we criticize properly, if we guide properly, and if we speak properly, half of the issues are in the way you talk, right? If you talk, like if you speak before thinking, right, it comes out wrong. If you think before you speak, half of the stuff that filters out already becomes so healthy for the conversation. Plus, if you go into an conversation with an open mind that I might be wrong somewhere, he might be wrong somewhere, he doesn't know anything, not anything, I mean not everything, I don't know everything, and we together. Oh yeah, Nox, you want this, here, have it, enjoy, my friend. Oh, he doesn't want it. Okay. I had this exact conversation with my mom 2 days ago, and yeah, it's good that people are more open-minded regardless of the religions or any belief system. Dude, the word secularism come from that ideology. My messages ain't reaching in the chat. Whatever I type, they just get deleted. I think that might be because of a certain word or something that you type. But I think filter out something and maybe then it comes in, because 2 of them came in. I think the previous ones got removed. So just focus on those. I'll just sit there. Okay. So yeah, talk about with people, because the more you talk with people about certain stuff, the better it is, the more you learn. There's enemy C. One of them is watching the stream. I don't know who is, but one of them watching the stream. Moderation, use spacing to avoid censorship. Yeah, you can use the word, you can space the letters of certain words if you think that's bad, if you want to keep them in. Like instead of FUCK, you can go FCUK. Yeah, it works. Somehow it works. I don't know. Yeah. Another thing, the aspect, right? The different aspect. Where is it? This is our champion. He's gonna take us to victory. Okay, go, dude. I'll support you. Here, go wreak havoc. Okay. So, yeah, the thing about different stuff on different level is completely different. It works differently. I'm gonna keep this angle. I'm gonna attack on that angle. He knows I'm here. Anyways. Still ain't reaching, dude. What madness are you writing, dude? What type of madness are you writing that it is still getting censored even after you have typed it? Check Instagram. Okay. Yeah. Drop it. Oh yeah, guys. By the way, if you don't know, Miko would be debuting at this time. I might be a guest in his stream, so do check it out. I'll drop his when he finally does it. I'll drop his. I'll make a community post. Okay. So give me a second. Jiggle. Okay, this is fake. So this is the vampire gorgeous model. Yeah. Nope. He hasn't typed yet. Okay. We'll get shine. Okay, finally it reach. Okay, Miko, we'll see when Miko starts. We'll go and support him when he does. And what are you doing? Here, dude, have it. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. So another thing I want to, I got, it was completely sidelined, dude. Here you go. There you go. I'll cover this angle. Then I'll complete this angle. Okay, he was at long. No issues. I'm fucked. I'm really fucked. I was fucked from all sides. Insta group something banger there is stopped. Oh, you meant Azu's model. Nice. That's so beautiful, dude. That's so beautiful. The eyes are like a little scary, but that's so beautiful, dude. That's super beautiful. Her model is so beautiful. She's gonna, oh yeah. Azu is a vampire VTuber, and she's gonna also debut soon enough, and we're gonna see her debut together as well. So let's see. Yeah, her model is amazing. I hope she adds jiggle physics, cause dude, half the viewers come from there. I hope she doesn't get mad though if she hears me. Yeah. Okay. There's our. Okay. Coming. Come. I'm so bad at some stuff. Okay, my bad. He's gonna be fine. I need to complete now. Okay, bye. Take care. Yeah. So we were talking about what we were talking about. We were talking about what we were talking about. I think we were having a great conversation. I forgot. Bye, Kaito. Take care. We were talking about something, right? Dude, these lobbies. What was it called? What we were talking about? Wait, I'll check the chats. Maybe we get the context. Yeah. We learn from each other, right? So in different religions, right? Open-mindedness. Yeah. Just from that, a lot of wars that happened in the religions, different religions of the world. A lot of wars happen because of not having open-mindedness. It was rather a lot of problems started from a center point of not having enough open-mindedness, because they were properly strict on, I'm coming in 5 minutes. Okay, take care. Yeah. So what happened was, he was the different groups went, I am the best, people should follow me, and I'm gonna make everyone follow me if they don't, because their way is wrong, my way is right. So people should follow me because it's better for everyone, and I'm the one who decides that. He's not the one who decides that because he don't know better. So I'm the one who's gonna decide that what's good for me and him. And that's when it freaking started. The issues started. The religion stuff, and there's wars, and there's conversions, and there's destruction, and there's just so much stuff that came with that close-mindedness. But yeah, with the open-mindedness of a certain aspect of it went super great. Open-mindedness would be super duper great. Disappointment is in the needed in India. Yeah, Miko. I don't know. Now in progress. I'm gonna go for this time. Gonna reveal. Yep. Miko's. I'm pretty sure Miko's debut would be great. I think because he is really cut out for it. Unlike me or like other people, I think he is rather cut out for certain type of stuff. But yeah, even like I am good, but I'm not that good. I'm learning. He's also learning, but I'm pretty much sure that he's gonna be good once he start doing it. Anyhow, somehow I end up doing that. Enough promotions. I was gonna say about something. I want to make a community. I'll try to make a community where we can at least share our thoughts without criticizing what the thought is. Before labeling it right or wrong, we first understand what the thought in itself is, right? Because you see, there's a lot of shenanigans in between a thought. There's a lot of thing happening in one's mind, and then a certain thought comes out of his mouth. And when that is shifted to another person, that person thinks that he didn't thought of something before he spoke of sometimes, and that's where the issues happen. I know what you mean. People are just self-centric. One example is that in old China, they were so xenocentric that their country name is literally, which means center of the world country. I have studied Chinese a bit, I think Mandarin a little bit, but I don't know what that means. Can you like type the pronunciation in English if possible? I would be able to like search it if you know. Yeah. So like I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a fabulous example. A fabulous zongo. Zongo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but okay. Literally, which means center of the world country. Dude, there are things like if a person names himself something, a grandiose before he becomes grand, right? The grand name came after a person became grand, not before, right? Yeah, the parents would name a child so that it affects his decisions or life, but they didn't went so far as to name his grand, because they knew at that time, in olden times, that naming a child too grandiose would become might make him too prideful in himself. That's why the name was rather simpler. If it was dark, then there's a word for dark. Yes bro, you can start. We should play that. Sure, we can play that match. We'll play it in that match. That's fun. So what else I'll share. I have a thought in my mind. I'm not sure if I can share it, but let's see where we go with this. The arrogant is so insane. They mean they are literal center of the world and others are insignificant to them. Like how they treated Koreans' fates, and that's because their emperor is chosen by the heaven. You see, I'll give you an aspect of it. I'll give you a different outlook on it. Let's see where this goes. Okay, we'll talk about his front and back and see where we end up. Now, the if not the emperor himself, if the what it's called, the not the audience, like normal people, that what it's called, janta. What's the word in English for janta? Like populace. Like if the normal class of that China at that time, if civilian, that's thank you that civilians, if civilians were the one who named him emperor chosen by the heaven, then it's okay, then that's okay, they can name it whatever. If the civilian was the one, if a single person goes into a monarchy mode and names itself, then that's killing the beliefs of people. That means that, like you said, acrylics, in Chinese history you would see emperors making absurd rules. There was a rule where you cannot hit a dog, I think, at one point. There was a rule for animal oh my god, cruelty. Yeah, animal cruelty there was a rule on animal cruelty back in the time in China, ancient China, and the emperor was I cannot pronounce it for some reason today. Yeah, it is a good rule, but because a person hit a dog with a stick, you cannot just freaking cut out his entire intestines and spread them out on a table because he just hit a dog. What if the dog had bitten him? Then what? Even without that, that person is gonna get a severe punishment. That's just called extremist or extremism, I think. What someone came from behind. Yeah. So this is here he goes on the hunt. Let's see what he does. He's fighting, aiming, and got a kill and got out. What is this guy doing over here? What was he doing? Yeah. So yeah, the rule was great. The person couldn't handle it. That was a great rule, but person couldn't handle it. There was certain rules in China that figure out. And another thing, I'll give you. Well, let's. We talked about sociology. We talked about history. Let's talk politics now. All right. The rule of eunuchs in Chinese government is such a great one. It's such a great rule. But the thing is, the person cannot handle that. If you know what I mean. The eunuchs were there to take care of the queens and the heirs. I thought we were talking about politics. I don't know where we are going with this. You see, the knowledge, the boundary of knowledge is vague, because in the end everything comes down to knowledge. Now, what you name doesn't matter half the time, but to classify it, it's better to have a proper rules and regulations or justifications. Did I saw him spam Aries and him jump to avoid it? And he avoided like 3 times. This game, dude. Yeah, so the eunuch's role is such a great one. Like in India, not India, Bharat, let's say. The reason I'm using Bharat is because I'm speaking of olden times. So we can distinguish. If I speak in India, like not current India, we are talking Bharat, then I'm talking about the past time, alright? Not classifying it, quote unquote classifying. Now I'm not doing that. I'm just talking about him. Like, so I don't have to constantly go past tense, future tense, past tense. Okay. So in Bharat, let's say, there were kinnars or eunuchs of this culture. The sole reason were like eunuchs of India, they were not even eunuchs. In kinnars are respected people in India. They are superly, nowadays it has gotten bad, but in Bharat they were really respected. People don't know that they were really respected back in the day, dude. There I thought we were one of them servants and concubines, but reality was different. Yeah, dude, there was a big difference. We have a new person today, Ichika CH. Welcome, Ichika. Nice to meet you. This is my first time here. I'm Japanese and I'm JP VTuber too. Welcome, Ichika. Currently, I cannot speak Japanese. Sorry. I can do a little bit of Kitagana. I think I can understand Kitagana a little bit, but I'm not proficient in it. So I would love to, if you could please keep it in English. I am a little uneducated on my part. I have given too much of my time in history lessons. I subscribe to your channel also. I like button. I use translation device, but I want to become friends with Indian YouTubers, English YouTubers. Welcome, Ichika. Thanks for subscribing and liking. But even if you don't want to subscribe, I don't mind. I would love to be friends with another person, but there's a rule. There's a rule in words. I would say that you have to be open-minded, then I would be your friend. Simple. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. Dude, become international, right? Dude, acrylics, what are you saying, dude? Today I think acrylics is my lucky star. I'm gonna say it. Acrylics is my lucky star. In his eyes, in front of his eyes, we had a new member, Ichika. It's such a good name, Ichika. It's like I have seen in Ichika is also an Indian word. I think Ichika, I have heard it somewhere, but it's such a cute name, no? Ichika. It's a cute name. Anyways, yeah. So we were talking about Chinese. Yeah. So kinnars and eunuchs of India, and there was a difference. Why did the eunuchs of Chinese government cause the revolution? Right? They coup d'etat certain rulers, the eunuchs. But in India, they were properly divided. People don't know that in India, queens were highly respected. They were not just quote unquote queens who would just hide away from the populace. Yeah, there was a what is called what curtain in front of them, so the other person wouldn't see them. That's on the cause the beauty can get the eyes of a bad man could become the reason to a downfall of a country. We have seen a lots and lots of places or moments in also where appearance and voice are also very wonderful. Thank you Ichika. I'm still working on it. I'm not that good at it. Yeah, so that was speaking. The queens at that time were highly respected, and we have seen in history that if a bad eye of a person comes on a something important, certain wars would start. In the history we have examples where wars have begun because a person of a certain of a certain section, or no, not the section of certain other country, got too entranced by the beauty of the queen that they would start a war to have the queen. Do you understand that? But that person is already taken. That's why in certain aspects of Bharat culture there are johars, so the body cannot be defiled. Body is removed. They cannot even touch the ashes, the bones. They cannot even touch the bones of a queen. People downgrade it as a bad thing. The pride in walking into a fire by themselves. First, queens were the first to walk into the fire. The respect they should be given. They shouldn't be pitied. Their husband, before Johar, there used to be a full-on edge fight. They would wear orange and run into the battlefields. They know they are gonna die, but they're gonna make every single thing. They wanna try all their very best just so they could defend their people. Even if they won, like 10 of them return and they won, the queens would be good. They could run. The queens could run an empire on their own without a king. But they should be respected. And there was a lot of when I went and studied, well, I have studied more on the certain culture and more on lesser on the certain part, but somewhere in between we got intertwined between each other, so that happened. So yeah, but how can we know if they were respected? Not to be pessimistic, but history written. Yep, that's true. Acrylics it is, so they can easily fabricate it. Yep, you are right. Bye bro, I have to go. Good night. Let's say bye to Anant first. Bye Anant, have a good night and happy Diwali to you too, and have a great time. All right, make sure to have a good night, sleep tight, and let me know. Okay, and now we have your question. Yeah, the thing is, history is written by the. Okay, he actually he waited, dude. Okay, bye Anand. He actually waited to say his farewell, then he left from the lobby. That's so respectful, dude. I think I'm gonna remember Anand. We will be welcoming Anand the next time he comes. All right. Okay. So we were talking about, yeah, the history is written by the winners, but the biggest important issue is the word of mouth. See, I'll take my leave too. Okay, Aniket, thank you for coming back. No, coming back. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of our today's wonderful conversation. I had lovely time with talking with everyone. Okay. Thanks for coming. I hope we can have more conversations like that. It can be on Discord. If sometimes you guys see me in the Discord voice channel, either hearing music or like even trying something new, make sure to come in and we can have a chat. Okay. Yep. Good night. Good night, Aniket. Have a good Diwali. Make sure to pray. All right. And don't do anything too dangerous. Take care of yourself and your parents. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The victor thingy. The victor decides the history. Yeah, but there was a culture. Yeah, bye Aniket. Yeah, there was a culture in Bharat that losers were allowed to write history. That was one of the most I think specific different way. There are all other cultures. I'm not gonna say it's only. I'm saying one of the many cultures. They allowed the losers to write their own history and their own side of the story as well. And those all were collected and set in a specific way. Dude, that happened, dude. There's seminars that I've watched about this type of stuff. It was so mind blowing to a person that's why secularism worked at one point, dude, because they didn't cared about it. They didn't care. Those 7 sins that I told that we were taught that the excess is not good, dude. That's really good. We were taught that excess of anything could cause issues, and that's what's fun. People learned, people understood, and people taught ahead as well. And this kind of cool if that happens nowadays. But now now it's hard. Back in the day, if you could teach, now I think it's only possible if the schools are taught, if it's taught in the schools, or I don't know the other way it could happen. But yeah, I would say it could only happen if we were starting from the schools aspect, from the ground up. But if we went from over the older ages, that would be super hard to explain it to them. We need to fill culture in the kids. That's how this stuff would work. But yeah, we could learn a lot of stuff from history, political science, our country, other countries. It's how it's always been. It's how it's always worked. And I should have named this stream not just chill and cozy. We should have named it. What's it called? We should have named it. We should have named it ranting about. Yeah, we should have valo and ranting. Yep. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. So the history thing also teaches us about the other aspects of this stuff. That soon enough everything just settles down. There's not a victor or there's not an end point to something. You learn something, you move on. If you couldn't teach it to someone, that's I think when people started to writing stuff on the walls, or they started drawing. Dude, I'm lagging so much that I hit him in the air and he still died. And I think I'm gonna take a break after this round. I'm gonna go. I think that's everyone is sleepy, and even I am sleepy, and I'm talking non-stop for a while. I'm gonna take a break and see how this goes. Okay. Let's close it down super fast. Vandal, let's go. Let's get the Vandal. I'm lagging, right? Okay, I opened the tab. My mistake. The thing about the history lessons and all that stuff is you can change something and you cannot change some things. But we need to be open-minded to learn all of that. That's the end of the mission. I think that's the mission, to make people open-minded. If we are able to make people more open-minded, a lot of arguments, issues and stuff happening will be down. Oh, you streaming till now? Yeah, dude. I think I was having too much fun talking with everyone, so I just let go of the time. Actually, after this game, I'm gonna end it, and I'm gonna go to sleep after this stream. After this game, I'm gonna go sleep, and I think I might be early to leave. Yeah. So yeah, after the thing, I was having a lot of fun today, dude. talking about my type of topics. What do you think of my last message? Not gonna lie, kind of cool. If that happens nowadays, but nah, people are too polarized. Yep. Totally agreeable. But yeah, that's what I was thinking now. Because I didn't even shoot him, dude. That missed for sure, and he died. I got a tip to tell you. What I tell you tomorrow, dude. You cannot just drop a spoiler. You cannot be like, I have something to tell you and I'm gonna tell you tomorrow. That's not. Why are you giving me a teaser in the first place? That's not the last message. What? No, your last message was no slot gonna lie. That's kind of cool. Then it was what do you think of my last message? There's nothing in between for me, at least. There might be something. I think I am missing something. Okay, well, I will be looking forward to it, Miko. I will be looking forward to it. Let's see what new stuff works. Change to live chat, not the top chat. It is live chat, dude. What are you saying? It is live chat. Yeah, it is live chat. I checked it. It's live chat. I never watch at top chat. I never do that. Bye, Miko. Take care. Let me know what it is. I'm excited for it. I'm not reloading at 90. Bye again. Bye. I think with how I'm talking to different kind of people, the way I speak also changes. I can literally see my message on the stream. How can you not see? Wait, let me go to the OBS and check. Look at the polarized one. That's again polarized on the OBS. Now let me go to the live chat messages of the YouTube one. Oh, okay. In the YouTube section there is it. It says now it's not possible since news channels are biased now. Say you are living in like USA, and if you watch Fox News, you would be likely to a Republican. So we need unbiased news. That is hardly possible, I would say. Acrylics. I got to know. I read it. It's hardly possible because people have tried it in the past. Only those with power can handle news nowadays. Why? Because if you went too truth, if you give too many truth at the same time, before you have the power to handle the backlash that gonna come, you cannot just drop bombs. Truth bombs cannot be dropped in India. It is impossible because it has so many examples have been created where the Something's possible, realistically not possible because humans aren't consistent. True. Raid. Thanks Kaito for the raid. I'm just rambling. Anyway, yeah. So alien raid, not gonna lie, dude. Because humans are consistent. That's why I'm talking about. Another thing, if you do create, let's say if I created what is called a news agency and I spoke truth. Now the truth is also opinionated by me. Instead, we need a news channel that just gives facts. There is no truths, there's no opinions, there's nothing, there's just fact. Hey anime fanatic, did you guys specially came from the Discord server or something, or did you actually came from a certain stream? Thank you for the alien raid. I guess I have to bring some octopuses or something, I don't know. Yeah, so I was talking about you see, if I created a firm, right, of news, a news channel firm, I created it, and for a while I would be okay, I would be able to give facts. But if by the second or third generations of leader, if we didn't have proper leaders by the third or second generation, I'm gonna get stabbed, right? I'm gonna get, not the game stabbed. We are from Magical Planet. Thanks for coming from the Magical Planet, both of you. I hope you two are doing fine now. Oh, okay, we're gonna stick together. Okay, I'm gonna stick together. I'm gonna sit there. Okay, let's see who comes from where. We are raiding you. Oh my god. Just don't take my... No, don't. Just don't take my technical supplies. I need them. Okay, you can raid, but not that. Okay, what the freak I am doing? Who am I even shooting at this point? Okay, Okay, we're gonna take some leave, but yeah, we're gonna end it at right. If I take a form, and by the third or second generation, how the kings fell, right? How the big kingdom ended by the 300 years, is because the king wasn't able to give enough information to the next generation. And as the next generation is influenced by different type of people who might have bad intentions, the topic changes, the ideas changes, the facts changes. So it depends upon the people who are around you as well. Yeah, so okay, yeah, keep on doing. God damn, it's hard try to raid from the alt accounts. You're constantly going from one account and another account to drop this kind of comments, dude. Okay, thanks for the raid, alien. Supremacy. Yeah, thanks for the raid. Okay, so let's end our history lesson today, our political lessons today, our sociological lesson today. Thanks everyone for coming. This is the second, I think this is the secondly, thanks for the bunny raid. This is one of the second ones, third ones that I have a fun stream. It was a super great stream, a lot of good stuff, a good lot of topics we can have, and we have find many open-minded people. I'm love to have open-minded community so we can have a hope. I would simply say open-minded people are nice people. I would say that because they learn fast, they teach fast, and they are open to more criticism and more fixing themselves if they are wrong and teaching others as well. But next time you're gonna get the bunny rate. Sure, dude. Thanks, Acrolix. It was nice and lovely talking to you. Thanks, my bunny little brother Kaito. Thanks for coming. And thank you everyone. We also got to see Ichika today. Hopefully we get more of her, but I'm not sure she might join because she might not understand what I'm saying, but we'll see. Good night, Kaito. Good night, Acrolix. Thanks for dropping. Oh, by the way, friend request accept. Oh yeah, okay. You send me a request, I'm gonna accept it right freaking now. In the Discord direct messages we have pending, and there is A. It's just A. Okay, A. I'm gonna accept. Okay, accepted. A is my friend now, and a good open-minded friend. Love to talk with you, A. Ichika is a dude. Oh my god, we all got what it's called. We all got fumbled. Okay, we gonna see that stuff in future anyways, and yeah. Okay, no problem. Ichika is good. The next time we're gonna act that she's a girl, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we'll see how much that ruse comes up. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for staying and chatting with me and hearing my shenanigans and rant about different stuff. Would love to talk again and would love to have these chatting and chilling streams. Thanks for dropping by. Helion is out. By the way, I should set up some buttons because after that going back to different stuff is hard, because now I'm going in OBS and I don't have anything, so I'll just drop from here only. Okay. How do you okay, see, I don't have proper settings for everything. Okay, this, yeah, okay. See ya, take care, okay, bye. Okay, love you everyone, thank you.